Hey, what's going on, people? This is your girl, Ikuri Girl Achiro, all the way from London, UK. Who am I? I talk to Dot. I talk about domestic abuse a lot, domestic violence, and all that stuff. Recently, there's been a case that caught my attention. I mean, I see loads of videos like that, but I think that with this one, what's happened is I think it's the comments and the feedback that is coming. So, you know, um, okay, first of all, like the story is about a guy that has taken his daughter from nursery to. Hold on, let me just share this out a bit before I start. Let me just share this out a bit before I start. Um, Share the page. Let's bring the party. Let's bring everybody on. Let's bring everyone in. Yeah, share to that one. Come on, join the party discussion. Okay, post. Woohoo! Gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. Send this on page. Share this in a group. Share your thoughts. Yeah, and that's let's regular true. Post this there. Right. See any comments there. Pin this one, yeah. What is that? What's that person saying? Okay, bruv. Okay, bruv. We'll do that. We'll do that. What's going on? Share this out to yo, what's going on? If you're here, give us a thumbs up and let's know that you are here. Okay? Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Hey, what's going on, brother? What's going on, brother? What up? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Pastor, don't come and cause wahala here. Right, so the reason why I'm here today is there's been this crazy video going around on Facebook, and and what's happened is this guy has taken his daughter from nursery. I mean, he wasn't allowed to see his daughter, his children anyway. He's taking his daughter from nursery, and I mean, he looked at his kids and they looked unkept. Well, this is a side that you won't find on social media, but I've done my investigative journalism to find out. So he's seen his daughter and they look unkept, like her hair is not done, you know, the boy needs a haircut. He's taking his son to have a haircut and then taking his daughter and taking his daughter to have her hair done. Now, this little girl sits down for 2 hours to have her hair done. Her hair looks absolutely fantastic. Takes them home, and the mother just goes mental. She gets scissors and she's cutting the hair. She's cutting the girl's hair, and the girl is crying. Now, I think why I'm kind of passionate about this is because I've actually seen comments from women saying, well, he must have provoked her. He did that to have a reaction, and now he's got the reaction. Like, I'm like, are you crazy? Like seriously, like this girl should be like what, 3 or 4 years old. Her mother is cutting her hair. She's crying, and you're doing that to get back at her dad. Like seriously, you're actually breaking the young girl's heart, and you're breaking the relationship that you think you have with your daughter. I don't accept and I don't condone that kind of business. That kind of behavior. I know I do a lot of talks on domestic abuse and domestic violence, but you know, I would never support a woman that behaves that way. I don't support either man or woman that behaves that way. Like, you understand who they talk there. She didn't cut the hair, just the attachment, but she shouldn't have done that. Yeah, but that kind of thing, right? You never know. She might have cut some tips out, but to be honest, like for a girl that is 3 years old, she doesn't know whether it's Atachi or whether it's Brazilian or whether it's anything. As long as she's concerned, it's her hair. And I got a 3-year-old, well, she's 4 now. I've got a 4-year-old daughter, right? And she wears the unicorn thing. The unicorn is not her hair. But just imagine me taking a scissors to cut that unicorn horn off. Like, seriously, I've shattered her for life. So it's not right in any way. Now, I see, it's child abuse. First of all, child abuse. Like you, anyway, I'll come back to you later. You take a scissors, right, and you're waving it in front of everybody like that. You know what I'm thinking, right? That small girl, right, in her house, if she was ever able to say something like, I miss daddy, she'll be like, pa, slap. Which daddy? Are you crazy? Your big dad father and stuff like that. That's the kind of mother she has. There's no excuse. Now, without making any defense, like I said, I dug this case well. And my people, my new family in America, they've actually called, Child Protective Services to get into it. And the reason why we've gone that far, we're not saying that the man is an amazing father or anything, but you know what? I've looked at his profile and I've checked this guy out. The guy is an amazing dad. You know what? I looked at this woman's profile, like, she is not well. Sorry to say, she is not well at all. Now, I don't know what has put her in that condition. I know a lot of people go through, like, trauma and stuff like that, makes them go a bit crazy. But if your relationship or anything in life has put you in that situation, then you need to get help. Like, there's one of her posts saying, people think children are angels, but they're actually retarded. So you just need to, like, put them aside and go to sleep. Like, who says that on Facebook? And she's got, like, a bunch of people putting, like, smiley emoticons and laughing emojis and stuff like that. Like, you're all a bunch of crazy people. Like, who posts that about? She posts stuff around how, children just wear you out, and life. Her posts are so depressing. She sounds suicidal. She sounds like one of those people that could just say, you know what, today we all die. And I actually worry about the children because you can get so angry with the father of the child for whatever reason. I don't care if his girlfriend did the hair. I don't care whoever did the hair. If you can get that angry to actually cut your daughter's hair in front of, in fact, you're even being videoed and you're still cutting it. At least now, come on. Like, just hide your behavior a bit and just pretend to be like a sane person. And then when the camera is off, then you can go mental. But for you to do that on tape, I can't even imagine what you do behind closed doors. It just shows that that person is out of control. Like, if you need to go to this woman's profile, like, you'll be sad. Honestly, she's not well. But then I've got people like, they live in America. They've actually called Child Protective Service. I've been in contact with the man. He's actually fighting to get custody of his children because he's actually kind of had enough of the situation where he's not allowed to see his children. I watched a video before the one we saw on Facebook where he was with the children. You can see the daughter playing in the car. She's so happy. And this woman on her tape justifying herself, she says, I do hair. I'm a hairstylist. Yeah, I think she's a hairstylist from her pictures. I style my daughter's hair. If you see the girl's hair, right, I don't know if you remember those programs in those days where they call somebody Santa. The hair was like all over the place, and that's how this girl went to school. So I don't blame a man who saw his child like that and said, why is my daughter, my princess, looking like this? I'm going to take her have a hairstyle. I don't think he did it to offend anybody, but he's done it because he wants his daughter to look cute. Now, I went further back into his profile. 2 weeks before that incident, his daughter's hair was all nappied up, but he didn't touch it. Like, he tries to style it himself, but he does his bit as a man to try and style it so it just looks a bit good. So 2 weeks before that video, the hair wasn't looking good and he tried to style it himself. Then 2 weeks later, he took her to a salon because the hair wasn't good as well. Well, on the video, she's clearly saying that I do my child's hair, which will make people think that she actually does the child's hair, but she's actually abandoned that child's hair for a period of time. She's a hairstylist. I know she can do it. I don't know what went on, But the head not look good, and the man decided to do that. Not two of them get the pikin now. If the man wants to do this, it's not like he said I was going to give her a tattoo or something. He went to have her hair styled. Come on now, people. No, I don't support that kind of beauty. The man is Chris. Anyway, the other thing I saw was a year ago when the girl had her birthday. I think it was her third year birthday. I think the man had got a cake for her, something like that. Just because there was something that had to do with the man, she smashed the girl's birthday cake in front of the girl. You understand? She smashed the girl's birthday cake in front of the girl. Who does that? Like, seriously, I've got a 3-year-old here. If I just say, hey, honestly, it will take me 12 years for me to bring her back to normal. So you can imagine, 1 year ago, you smashed the cake in front of guests, in front of everybody, in front of the girl. 2 weeks ago, it's just like this, just so much about this woman. Now, because the video went viral and everyone is talking about the video and people are like, what kind of woman this, stuff like that. She's helping people like us trend too. Anyway, so she's done her own response, open letter to people. Honestly, as a good Christian, I can't, hold on. I don't get to see my daughter. I'm tuned in because this is personal. Seriously, can you call your connections to get the authority? Amazing. As a brother, go free shout because I have to pull some strings for you now. You know what I mean. So, but let's talk about this offline. We'll see what we can do for you, bro. I think that everybody should, if you really and genuinely want to see your child, I don't see any reason why, except there is another story that we've not heard about. But if it's like, if you've not done anything wrong, I don't see why people shouldn't back you up and give you the opportunity and all of this support that you need to see your child. So I've studied this woman's profile. I see potentially mental illness. I see this is actually beyond someone being depressed or angry. There's something not right there. And that worries me for the kids. And I think it was based on that people have said, we're taking this forward to Child Protective Services to see how we can rescue this child or these children from that situation. It's really, really sad, back to her response about the video and stuff like that. Honestly, I've not seen that much efforts in my life. She's like, effing this, effing people, effing that. Nobody has the right to talk to me about my child. Like, her response doesn't make any sense. You understand? She's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I'm not judging anybody. I've not heard her side of the story. But in my experience here, I know how they say every story there's two sides. Chimamanda and her people. Do you know what? I've come to learn in old age that some stories, right, there's only one side of that story. There's only one side of the story. Sorry to say, yeah? There's only one side of some stories. That woman needs to get help. Otherwise, we'll be dealing with stories that touch the heart. A woman, God forbid, decided that, okay, this man is troubling me. I'm stressed out with the kids. You know where we're going? We're going to a safe place, and she just takes them all. So I think that whoever, the authorities, whoever can help, should actually help rescue this situation and rescue this child. The man, I can see, she does well. Some of her pictures are great, with pictures and that lovely hairstyle. But that particular incident, I can't even imagine. Like, I watch a lot of Criminal Minds and psychological programs and stuff like that. I know what it is like for a child not to be able to live in fear, because that's what it is. I also studied the younger boy there. I'm not sure if that one is her child as well. Probably yes, probably no. But I noticed that he wasn't saying a lot. He was just looking and just watching. He wasn't crying, which I would think for a child of that age, with his sister crying like that, his mom yelling and stuff like that, I would think he would kind of like cry. But he's kind of emotionless, which kind of brings me back to some things I've seen. And I said in my video on YouTube, like sometimes when children grow up in an abusive relationship where they hear people rage and shout and there's all that tension and stuff like that, it actually affects them emotionally. And you'll see things that begin to happen to these children, which is, they will lose their speech, they will lose their development, their emotional attachment to things, So, I mean, it might have sounded a bit brutal in my YouTube video, but seriously, like, you're raising a bunch of psychopaths. Because there's only 3 ways it's going to go in this life, or maybe 4 ways. 1, you raise children that either hate men, hate women, You raise children that are timid to society, and they'll end up being in an abusive relationship because there's something missing in their lives, and they're looking to fill in that void. So they will go for whoever accepts them, and that's not what you want to do. Or 3, you raise children that will say, you know what, I'm going to fight life. I'm going to fight my childhood, and I'm going to stand up and not be who society has made me be. But that's really rare where a child can come out of that situation and just say, you know what, I'm not going to break down, I'm not going to be this or that or that or that. So it's really a sad one. And you know it's something that I say to people sometimes, like, two people come together and they have a child. There's lots of people that come together and they're not able to have a child, so it's not magic. You understand? It's not magic. There's a reason why two people come together and they're able to have a child. They are the right match to produce that child that needs to come to earth, and they've done their job. The next job you have to do is to guide those children and be a protector and a guardian to them. Guardian, and be a guardian to them so that they can live through this life and be who they need to be. You don't actually have to be together. I mean, it sounds, this is some deep inspiration. You don't have to be together. If you can be together, that's amazing. But, some people are not meant to be together. So don't beat yourself up. Don't try to now start antagonizing and destroying the children because you're not together. There's some men that are made to be good fathers. They're made to be good role models. Allow them to be those role models. They may not be husband material. You understand? Sadly, they may not be husband material. So don't try to force them into being husband material. Don't try to force them into being boyfriend or partner material that will stay with you for the entire life. But if you identify a man that is good at something, like he's produced a child and he's good at being a great dad, let him be the great dad and just allow him be that great father. Because sadly, there are some men that they saw their child and the hair wasn't done. They didn't notice. They didn't even think about, okay, my baby mama didn't let me see the child. Who cares? I don't care. I don't care if I don't see the child. Who cares? I just go and make some more babies out there. But there's a man who, I know he's got loads of children, but he struggles to go see his child. He struggles. He notices, okay, my son needs a haircut. I'll take our time to make that haircut. I'll take our time to get the hairstyles. I think that's a man that's good at being a father. I don't know if he's good at being a husband or a partner to a female, but I know that he's good at being a dad. I watched his videos with his children, the connection he has with his children. There's lots of videos, you can see that bond he has with his children. And that's fine, you can't make people not be who they're not supposed to be. Do you understand? So make I collect. I will soon bring offering back. Just did here. Not be my mate that the freeze will go open church now. The guy don't they make money. The guy don't blow. Anyway, as we were saying, there's some women as well that are not made to be wife material. So, that whole concept of in those days that women are trained to be mothers and wives. Well, in those days, they used to do that. And even though some people did not even get it, they forced themselves to be in marriages and situations because in those days, they couldn't talk. There was no freedom of speech or anything. So they stayed in those marriages and ended up being very bitter old women. Go and check in the past, yeah? All those people that were betrothed, they just paid dowry on them. Look at women that in their 60s, their 70s, a lot of them, when they got to a particular age, they became very bitter, very resentful of the man they lived all their lives with. So why people say, oh man, marriage is not the way it was in those days. Look now, they were married for 50 years, 200 years. Go and talk to them. They're not happy. But they were taught to stay in a situation, so they stayed. In this generation, women have that freedom of speech. They have that freedom to choose. And besides, their mothers spoke to them about their bitterness and their pains. And they spoke to them like, don't make the mistake I made. So they now know that they don't have to take crap from anybody. So you meet somebody, she's good at certain things. You produce a child together. She may not be wife material. She may not be partner material. She might be good at being a mother. Allow her be a mother to her child. You don't have to be together. You understand, So let's understand what life is. But, as Whitney said, children are tomorrow's people. You have to teach them well, show them all the beauty they deserve inside. Because that's all it takes. They're like little flowers. They're like butterflies. You need to let them blossom and grow. You need to take care of them because, I was doing some courses on psychology and stuff like that. And, apparently, like the brain, of a child doesn't mature on time. They can't take as much trauma. So every single hit or blow they get, it stays in them and it affects their future. So you see someone who is a grown man and is acting weird, you're thinking, why is it like that? It starts from his childhood, his childhood trauma. You see a lady who's acting really cuckoo and it starts from the childhood trauma. I really worry about the future of these children. And that's why, done my job, got my people involved, my people, we're going to take care of this business and, sort that family out. However, get the woman the support and the help she needs if she will take it. Get the children the support and the help they need if they'll take it. And hopefully, Child Protective Services will see that they need to step in and allow this man be a father to his children. help her be a good mother to her children, because children need like both things. And I like to say sometimes I've said it and I want to say it again, people don't have to be together. If you think you must stay together and being together is going to damage the children, then please just separate. You understand? Just divide yourself, because you might end up being two individually great parents and your children will be happy. You understand? Two individually great parents. Now, backing up, I don't know what's going on in my country, Nigeria. It's just like they just opened the floodgates of hell. I hate to blame devil for everything, because some things, the devil is just there saying, man, my hand is not inside this one. Women just be killing their husbands like boyfriends for everything. Like, come on. I know the statistics say that 75% more women are being killed by men, but it doesn't justify anything. Like, the point is, whether the whether the whale swallowed Jonah or Jonah swallowed the whale, the point is there was a swallow, and the swallow is what we're talking about. Not swallow is in pounded yam, but swallow. Whether the man is killing the woman or the woman is killing the man, or more men have killed women and less women have killed men, and women are trying to catch up so they can now be 75, because these days what a man can do, a woman can do better. So if 75% of men have killed more, women want to catch up. So that's why every day they're just stabbing and killing and using, what's that thing, otapia and the rest of them. It's not right. The truth is, like, there's a way relationships work. People, either the man that is being abused or the woman who is being abused, they will store up all the anger, the pain, the bitterness, and then just one day, they just flip. The truth is, you don't want to get your relationship, you don't want to allow your relationship to get to that point where you now flipped, because by then it's too late. Now, when I see these stories of women stabbing their husbands and killing their husbands and stuff like that, and men doing likewise, it wasn't that they chose to do that. It's been something that has been in their mind. It was one small thing. It wasn't the first time she knew he was cheating now. Come on, she knew for years. But it was just that one day where something just say, do it. They just sparked. So the point is, my advice to people in relationships, I spoke to someone a long time ago. Well, not that long, 2018. And I said, how do you know when it's time to leave? And she said, you know what, Dorothy? You know when it's time to leave, when in the night the other person is sleeping and you're thinking, I can just kill this person right now. Like, they've put me through so much pain. I just want to kill them. I just want to strangle them while they sleep. I just want to poison them. I just want to break their legs. I just want them to sleep and not wake up. Do you understand? When you get to that point in your relationship where in your mind you're thinking, I wish this guy would just go out and just have an accident and die. I wish this girl would just go out and something just happens to her. Let armed robbers just kill her. You understand? When you get to that point in your relationship, right? When you get to that point that in your relationship where you are literally praying, thinking in your mind, this person should just go and leave me alone, that's the time for you to walk away. That is absolutely the time for you to walk away. Because when you kill the person, right? When you kill the person has died. They don't feel no pain. They don't feel nothing. They've gone. You understand? We don't know where they are. They told us about heaven and hell, but we are still... Anyway, let me know. Pastor is online, so let me not talk like that. The person has gone. They're not here. They don't feel any pain. They don't feel nothing. They've moved on. Transcended. The people that feel the pain are their families, their friends, and then you, who is going to go to jail. Now, if there are children in the situation and you've killed your partner, they've lost their father or their mother, and then the other party is going to jail. So they've lost. You understand? There's no insanity. There's no pleading guilty. You are going to jail. If you're in a country where there's still the death sentence, you are going to die. So literally, that selfish decision, that very selfish decision to end the other party's life has actually dealt with the children. There's so many children. Like, I don't even know how those children will grow up, with the stories of, my mother killed my father and she had to face the death sentence, or she's in jail for life. Or my father killed my mother and then he's in jail. Or he killed himself and killed her, and then we're left now with uncle training us. You understand? Like, you've damaged them. Like, what are you trying to do? You need to understand that once you have children, your time don't finish you. Literally, it's about them. If you're not ready to get to that position where you want to take a step back and it's all about your kids, then don't have children. It's not by force. I know in those days they told us that when you finish university, the next thing is to marry, the next thing is to bond, the next thing is to build house, to do this, to do that. It doesn't work like that. In reality, it doesn't work. Go and ask married people. 99.9% of them are not happy. And they keep taking it to the next level. If I can just get married, I'll be happy. If I can just get him to marry or her to marry me, I'll be happy. Okay, they're married now. If I can just have a child, things will change. If I can just have a boy child, or if I can just have a girl, okay, let's just make it 4. Okay, maybe if we buy that house, you keep wanting to do things to create the happiness and the peace. Those things will never give you happiness. They just create more problems for you. And at the end of the day, when the whole thing now goes pear-shaped and scatters, it becomes a problem for the children that were brought into the middle. So if you're not willing as a human being, as an individual, to take a step back and say, it's my child first. For your sake, oh, for your sake, oh. If you don't know how to sing that song, you're not ready to have a child. You understand? If you're still going to have that desire to say, this man is suffering me, that woman is dealing with me, so you know what, I'm going to deal with her back. She's the mother of your children. He's the father of your children. Take a step back and think about the children for once. You understand? So, anyway, now my talk with that, Sha. People just get to... I listened to this one woman that killed her husband in the UK. She went to jail, but the children and everybody rallied around. After years, she came out and she was exonerated of the crimes. And I listened to the story and I was just like, I've heard this thing so many times. It wasn't so much about the physical abuse. It was the emotional trauma. Like this man, like he just turned this woman into a puppet. And the day... why would I sing? I'm a singer now, don't you know? And the day she broke, it was over. She said it was over a small thing. She said, I don't even remember how this thing just came. All I know is that it just happened and I just killed him. She didn't plan it. Do you understand? She did not plan it. Go and listen to people. I'm not talking about the psychopaths, because psychopaths is premeditated. You understand? It's premeditated. I'm talking about those people that don't plan it. It's just one thing. Like me, yeah, I'm a very calm and calculated person. I spent years learning how to control my emotions because when I was smaller, I did vex. But you will know because in public I was always quiet. But over years, I learned how to control my emotions, how to breathe, how to take a step back and not react. But then there are sometimes I've reacted and people are like, like, this girl, they crazy, so you understand? So, but then the times I actually reacted, it was over one small thing, like you're just sitting down and breeze just blows. It's just like, why is this breeze blowing now? What's going on? You just, but you're thinking like the breeze blows with this wind all the time, so that's what I'm saying, that these things, they will fire, and then that one day breaks the camel's back and boom, explodes. So let's take a step back. If you're in a relationship, if it's not working out, everybody, you go left, you go right. If you have children together, consider the children. Okay, the children are important. There's some people that, yeah, one thing happened though, and you have to protect your children because the other person, they craze. Like this woman in that video, potentially. But normally, let's try and give people the opportunity to be a good father and a good mother to their children, except there are any other concerns that, there are some really, really psychopathic parents that, honestly, I don't blame CPS or social services for saying this person should not have access to the child. But as long as you don't fall into that category of one psychopath, that people are worried that if you have access to the child, man, something will spoil. I think that people should be given the opportunity. And I think that if a man or a woman genuinely wants to see their child, do not hold them back. Do not hold the other party back from, seeing them. So that's my storytelling for the day. If you have any questions, ask the question now before I end the chat. Because I want to go and watch Game of Thrones. When my mates were watching Game of Thrones, I didn't watch it. It's now I want to watch my own. Oh yeah. Okay, Naga. One thing you said, one thing you should consider is that this could be backfire against the kid, supposing the guy is not ready to take full responsibility yet. And though it stays custody. Yeah. Amazing, I feel you. But like I said, I investigated and I, got in touch with the guy somehow, indirectly through people that know him. He actually said, don't worry, princess, I'm coming to get you because I don't want you to live like that. So I think he's making the arrangements to do that. He's got some kids that he's with. He's got some other kids that he doesn't have with this one that he has. And he's doing a good job, as a dad. Taking an extra child that is a bit young, yeah, maybe there are things to put in place. But he actually says that I want to get my child. And he's also said, I try to go see her in the nursery and stuff like that, but she doesn't let me. So sometimes he actually has to go and sneak up and stuff like that and go there, to check, and so that's a man making an effort. I think that if a person says genuinely, doesn't need these things, they don't even need to go to court. If two people have like some sort of wisdom, and you say, all right, it's not working out between two of us, I'm going my way, I've got a new girlfriend, or I've got a new boyfriend, or I want to turn gay, or I want to turn lesbian, fine, we've got a child together, I love my child and I want to be in my child's life, let's come up with an arrangement. I think that two reasonable people should be able to sit down and have the arrangement. But the problem is that it doesn't always happen. And the fact that two people are reasonable doesn't mean they can be reasonable together. They can be reasonable individually. So you come together and you consider the child. Child can hang out with dad and have a fab time, and child can hang out with mom and have a fab time. It doesn't have to be one person, winner takes it all, winner takes it all. Let's share. You give some, give a little. You understand? Give a little. So it's just really sad, because honestly, this killing thing, especially in Nigeria, is just really sad. If I have any advice to my brothers out there, if you know that your is for the community and you cannot stay with one person, then maybe you don't really need to be in a marriage. Maybe you don't really need to be in a marriage. It's not by force. I know the African community promotes marriage and stuff like that. But, Nene, I will sing again because of you. Come on, what do you mean? African community it promotes being married. If you're not married, like there's no respect, like look at this guy, like never marry and stuff like that. But you're not like, you're not meant for that. You understand? Don't force yourself to be in a place, because seriously, if you can't keep it in your pants and stay there, she will kill you one day. Not every woman will stay and just allow their man to be flexing all over the place. Like seriously, they won't do that. Not everybody can stay forever being traumatized. One day they will explode and it's not going to end well. It will not end well at all. So like people need to understand themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like me in those days. I used to have perm and stuff like that, but it was traumatic. Anytime I go to that salon, they would just fry my skull, my ears would be red. Then 1 week later, all the afro has come out, undergrowth. After using Revlon, then I have to go back again every 10 days to use Revlon. I just use my church mind and just say, you know what? Let me just dada myself. Look at me now, dreadlocks. I'm happy. I don't have business with Brazilian. I don't have I don't have business with all those things. But the point is, jokes by the way. The point is, people should understand themselves. And I will say it, and I keep saying it over and over. The day you have a child, or the day you decide to have a child, please understand that it's no longer about you. You have to put yourself back and put the kids forward. And then if that means making some compromise sometimes by allowing them hang out with that father that you absolutely detest, as long as that man is a good man to his children, he doesn't have to be a good man to you. You guys have done your job to create that child, the next Obama or something. Allow him to hang out with his children. Allow her to hang out with her children. You don't have to be together. It's not by force. Times have changed. Times have really, really changed. Please, just stay apart and stay alive. I think that's what's the best. Stay apart and stay alive. You understand? You understand? So, yeah. So that's just it. Yeah. So, yeah, I know we're a bit angry and upset and stuff like that, but yeah, let's just control the effings and the beings and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because Facebook's gonna block you anyway, not me. And yeah, so I mean it's just really sad. Like you keep getting all these posts, like stuff like that, and it's so sad. I mean the other one that kind of broke me a few weeks ago was the woman that was killed by her husband in Nigeria as well. She came back late from a program. She was pregnant, third child. The guy beat her, ruptured her spleen. She died. They managed to bring the child out, still in incubator, I think 2 weeks now. I don't know if the child's still alive. It's just all that stuff, And the annoying thing that she reached out, she actually sent messages, and she said, and the message says, Daddy says, you're pregnant and you have children. You don't want to be a single mother. And in Nigeria, when somebody says daddy said, I don't think they're talking about their biological father. I think they're talking about daddy church. You see what I mean with these church people again? You understand? If I do an open letter for that girl's death, right? Everybody she spoke to, you understand? Everybody she spoke to about her situation that said, stay, just manage, just manage. All of them should line up and attend her funeral because they all played a hand in her death. They all killed her. All of them, plus the man that beat her, they all killed her together. In fact, they killed her more than the man that killed her. Because you know why? The man has a problem. He probably has childhood trauma. He probably has anger issues. He's probably just a crazy psychopath. That's his problem. We know what that is. But she came to people and they say, stay. You killed her now. It's like somebody said, oh, see poison. Should I drink it? Drink the poison, die. Just, bone. No fear. Drink them. That's what they did to her. It's very painful when people reach out and the advice they get is just stay, just manage. Just manage. Why are you managing? Parents, fathers and mothers. I think proper fathers these days, like, they don't take that kind of nonsense, like someone beating their children. They will go there and they will sort you out. Mothers, remember, like, you want your daughter to be alive and your grandchildren. There's no point telling them to stay. Stay inside what? Really? Stay where? You understand? That's why I like Port Harcourt people. They're very proud, though. The day they're marrying you off, your father is telling you, literally, you see my house there. There are many rooms there. Any PEM, see that room there, come back. You understand? They say it as a joke. They're not saying they don't want their children to be married, but they're saying it that, don't mess about with my child. You understand? She's my child. I raised her. She's blood. And I think that's how we should educate our children. So what? So now that woman, the man has killed her. He's going to jail. 3 children, no father, no mother. I can imagine for him to have beat her that much. He's been beating her from beginning of time. And their children in that house. He's got sons. Their children in that house. So that's what you're raising. It's like one case I read, the guy used plank to plank the wife's head. It wasn't the first time. He's been doing it. One time he beat her up, put her outside naked. It was the 7-year-old child that had to go and take wrapper to tie his mother. Now, when a small boy is already playing the role of saving his mother, of course you know what his future is going to be like now. He's going to be a puppet. Do you understand? He's going to be that timid child. Then the other child is just the one that sits by the father all the time. Of course you know now. I'm not psychoanalyzing people's children, but the one that always goes to save the mother, that's going to be a puppet to society. That's going to be the one that will fall into the hands of an abusive woman because he's got that empathic nature to want to help save my mother. He will grow up to end up probably dating an older woman, believing that he's the one to save women, and end up with women that will take him for granted. The other boy that always stays with the father that has no emotions, potentially will grow up to be that one that will be like his dad because he believes that don't talk when I'm talking. You understand? That's what we're doing to the next generation. You understand? Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. I'm just saying, I might be 100% wrong, but I don't like children seeing trauma at all. Because every time I speak with people that have gone through domestic abuse and domestic violence, when you look at the person that was abusive, it starts from their childhood. Do you understand? So potentially that abusive man or that abusive woman, if they had a different childhood, they won't have become that. So if you ever want to end the cycle of domestic abuse, you have to start with this generation. And for people that sit there and say, well, it can't happen to me, it can't happen to my children because they're sheltered, they're protected. Are you talking about the son and now he could turn out because of how his mother is? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the son. If a son stays with the mom, when children stay with their parents, if the mother is very aggressive towards the dad, talks bad about the father all the time, says all that nonsense about the father and stuff like that, there's ways that these children are going to take it in. It's either they're going to grow up, for the boy, it's either he's going to grow up to hate his father and think that I'm never going to be like him. He's just a wicked man. He's a useless man. Men are like this, men are like that. Meanwhile, his father is not even that way. And even if his father was, you shouldn't talk down about men. You should always make your child understand that not everyone is bad. So you want to give that child an opportunity. The other way that child can turn out is to become rebellious, to say, I don't like the way my mother treated my father. So I'm going to be a nasty piece of work to women. You understand? So this is different ways that children turn out because of the information they take in. But either way, it's not the best. You know, it's a very, very small percentage that grow up to just be normal adults, where they've fought all the traumas. What's the name of this actor? Terry Crews. Terry Crews grew up in an abusive home, and he said, every time my mom will pack her stuff and say, let's go, she'll get to the road and she'll say, let's go back. She said, I can't go. And he couldn't understand. Well, let's just go. Let's go anywhere. She'll say, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have anyone to. She'll call this person, like, I can't go. And then she'll take all the stuff and they'll go back to the house. To a house where he would watch his dad beat her up. These were the reasons why he grew up to become hefty and a bodybuilder, because he wanted to be a strong man. He used to tell himself that I will grow up to protect my mother. That's what he told himself as a young lad growing up. Guess what happened? This same young man that grew up saying that he wants to grow up so he can defend his mom against his father, because that's what his mentality was telling him. That's the future he saw. Terry Crews grew up and became a man and became an abusive father. You see how life works? So everything he said he wasn't going to be, he became his father. He became an abusive man. And he said every time he did the things he did to his children and his wife, he would go back and cry and say, how have I become this person? This is the man I said I don't want to be, but I've become that person. There's something about life, yeah? You wonder why, like my daughter, I don't know if I have a girl or I have a unicorn. Like literally, I gave birth to a girl. A few days ago, she was a princess. Now she's a unicorn. Guess what? The whole house is filled with unicorns. TV programs, My Little Pony, everything unicorn, 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 unicorn everywhere. She's constantly watching it. She's literally becoming a unicorn. In fact, she looks like a unicorn. She looks like a unicorn. There's something about what you see. You grow up in a house where you see this thing every day. You understand? When people go into relationships, like in Nigeria, you want to do genotype so you don't have a sickle cell child. You want to, church will say do HIV test so you don't get this thing. Those ones are basic things, right? Sometimes, if I could recommend, go and do psychological analysis of the person you're getting with. Because some people, yeah, the homes they were raised in, they were not raised in love. They were raised in hustle. They were raised in strife. They were raised in struggle. And some of these things have affected them so much that they've grown up that no matter how much they try to love, they can't do it. Now, I don't support abusive men or abusive people, but sometimes I think, why does an abusive man do stuff and cry? Yeah, it could be that it's crocodile tears. He just wants to deceive you to stay. But how about like Terry Crews? He just grew up to become the person he said he didn't want to be. He couldn't understand why he was doing the things he was doing. Do you get me? So it's just still like, you know, and then you're talking about the son, yeah. You know, so it's like, you understand? It's like there was no attachment to the baby's hair, and the mother even admits it in the post. Yeah. She did not cut the child's hair. Yeah, to be honest, like I said, Jennifer, with regards to the cutting the hair, yeah, I give an example. My daughter wears a unicorn thing on her hair. It's not her hair, it's just unicorn stuff, unicorn horn. If I took a scissors, not like we're joking, and I'm going to cut it. If I was like, yeah, I'm going to cut that unicorn. Why didn't you talk to that person? I'm going to cut it and cut the unicorn, cut the unicorn. The unicorn is not her hair, and obviously it's not her hair. But to a child that age, right, she believes that it's her hair. So regardless of whatever it is, it's her hair. Her hair was cut. To that girl, her hair was cut. And in her hair there, it's going to be there. I speak with people a lot where when they tell you some stuff that they can never forget that their mom had done to them. They're talking about stuff that happened to them when they were 3 years old or when they were 4 years old, when their mom was so angry and she just like burnt all their toys and stuff like that. They haven't forgotten, and these are grown women. You understand? So parents, like, let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. You know, take a step back and think about your children. You know, think about your children. You know, a lot of us say we'll protect our children. We don't want them to go through what we went through. But at the end of the day, we end up doing the same things that we went through. The things we absolutely hate that people do to us, we're doing it to the children. You know, that woman might say, oh, you know, he treats me like this. He's a horrible man. But you're taking that exact experience and how you feel and you're doing it to the child. Imagine a year ago she smashed the girl's birthday cake in front of the girl. Like, it doesn't get any more traumatic than that. Her birthday cake, come on now, come on. Even if that cake, right, the kind of person I am, right, even if that cake was shipped from hell, you understand, hellfire, if it was shipped from hell for that birthday party, just allow the girl to enjoy her birthday party. Sit, take a step back. If you need to go and punch the wall in your corner where the child is sitting, come back and have a conversation with your child and say, you know what, next time, I don't really want you doing this and that, because the child doesn't know. That girl loves her father. From all the videos I've seen, she absolutely loves her father and adores her father. And trying to stand in between that relationship is bad. It's wrong. You understand? It's not good. It's not good, you know. It's not the best. I'm trying to remember the lyrics of that Whitney song. Let me see if I can find it, because I think I might just sing it right now. Whitney, children. There you go. Whitney is one of my best musicians, you know. As just like people say Michael Jackson is not dead, Whitney Houston is not dead. She can't die. She's alive. Go and argue with yourself. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Oh! Give them a sense of pride. Woo! To make it easier, let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. That could be your father or your mother. People need someone to look up to. You see what I'm talking about? I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. You see? Some women and some men, they don't find those people. Don't take it away from your child. Your child has found the father or the mother to do it. Don't take that from them. Where did I stop? A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I don't know if that's the tune. But that's what I'm trying to say. This song here, this song is powerful. Everything about parenting is inside one verse. You understand? Everybody needs a hero. I need a hero. You understand? So, you understand, you know? Let's take it easy, man. Take it easy. So, on this note, right, except you guys have any questions to ask me, not have any questions to ask me, I might just call it a day. It's actually, oh boy, it's actually midnight in the UK. It's actually, yeah, this song is dedicated to Nene, actually. It's actually midnight in the UK, so if you don't have any more questions, or if you have any questions, you know, I will, you know, it's only Azuka, yeah, will come into my chat about domestic abuse and somebody that they cut the child's hair to tell me that I've not liked her page about babies. I will like your page. I will like your page right now because your wahala. I can't fit. I can't come and go and kill myself. I will go and like the page. I'm doing it right now. Where's the page? Babies are Guinea. Where is it? So I'm doing it now. No, I'm just joking, Cha. I'll put pictures. I'm going to do another video about this because I don't want to rest for the matter. Yeah, because it's painful. There's some stories I hear that are really painful, especially when people are making comments to say that they're trying to justify the wrong. You understand? What's wrong is what's wrong. I don't support it. You understand? So when I see a post about something, if the comments are like, oh, so sad, so yeah, I'll just chill, you know, because it's just so sad. But when I see people say, oh yeah, he was looking for a reaction, so if he was looking for a reaction, then you decided to react. But was he looking? What does he have any business with your posts on Facebook that's saying that children are retarded and stuff like that? That's something else, man. That's a different thing altogether. So I'll do. People that have doubts about what this woman is about, yeah. I'm not trying to bring the sister down, yeah, but I'm trying to help her because she needs help. I kind of understand what she's going through, but she shouldn't be taking it out on those babies. I'll do a collage of some of the things that she says on her wall, and this is not even about the man. This is just like her regular posts, the kind of things she posts about children, about life. You understand? I see someone that has gone beyond, so I'll put them together. And you'll see, like, to help you have a profile about this person we're talking about. So those kids need help. The mother needs help. And the father also needs support to help him manage the situation and be a good dad. I saw people saying, oh, you know, I would have knocked her teeth out, you know, why did he stay calm? You know what, I applaud him, because he's not, I don't see a weak man, I see a very mature man. I see a very, very mature man. You understand? I see a very mature man. It's not easy to see that and just stay put. You understand? It's not easy to stay there. Because if he had engaged in a combat with her, like fighting and all that, like, imagine what's going to go on, what's going to happen to the child. And he said something like, you're not hurting me by cutting her hair off, you're hurting the girl. That's wisdom. And I'm so happy that he didn't fight, because I see, you know, people fighting in front of children. You know, if one person takes a step back and doesn't fight, then you kind of like paralyze the other person not to fight. They can only do what they can do. So I respect him, and I said that to him as well. I respect the fact that he didn't engage with her. You understand? He just got his evidence, and I think that evidence will go a long way to helping him, you know, get justice. Yeah. Okay. So this is personal for me, because my mother was like this towards my father and uncles and everyone. Very heavily abusive, and mentally and physically, and I have nothing to do with her for 24. This is what those kids will deal with their mother, because exactly. You know, Jennifer, you couldn't have said it better. That's exactly what I've been saying. You know, these things she's doing, trying to separate her daughter from her father, it's gonna go back to her. You understand? Yeah, potentially it might work where this girl will not have a relationship with her father, but she's definitely not going to have a relationship with her mother as well, because she will see the pain. Now, there are two types of manipulations you can use on a child. There's one where you're the child's best friend, so the child will stand with you and then not like their dad. But in this case, she's traumatizing the child, and the child will hold that against her. She will always remember how her mom smashed her birthday cake, and how her mom, you know, cut her hair, you know, how her mom has done all those kind of things to her. So that will actually sever the relationship. Once she's old enough, when she gets to 16, she's gone. Even earlier, she's gone. She will not have a relationship with her mother. You understand? So there's some women, you know, that know how to play the game. They will be like, oh, my princess, you know, and they will look for a subtle ways, you know, to like, you know, rubbish the man and do all that stuff. Those ones actually kind of win their daughters over to their side, and then the daughter ends up hating their father. But this one is just a lost cause. Like you said, Jennifer, like that girl is going to grow up and just decide, I'm not going to have anything to do with my mom. You know, it's going to happen. And it's going to happen. So I'm not an Nostradamus, but I predict it, and it's going to happen. So Peter the Rock. I'm good, man. I'm good, brother. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I thought I liked that. Babies are everything. Babies. I've liked this page. Okay, no, I haven't. It's something else. Liked, done. Wow, people, my people, man. Well done. Thank you guys for stopping by. It's been an amazing time, and I hope we get the message. I will try to do more live sessions, you know, because I know you all like to see my pretty face and hear my lovely voice and my lovely singing, by the way. So call it a night, you know, and parents, remember, children are tomorrow's people, and let's try to protect them as much as we can. And let's get the video viral as well, so that everyone can see this video, and whoever can help. You never know, the video will get to the right person that can help father, mother, and children, because I see there's a lot of help that needs to be given out there. So, as I say, on this note, we're going to call it a day. Who's talking now? You're not going to let me go. When is the next video? When next I have my hairstyles? Okay, I don't know. I'll set up a schedule. And then I'll put something out there. Try to get organized, like set up a topic and stuff like that, and see how it goes. So that you guys can come with your questions, and you know, we learn from each other. I don't have all the answers, but I'll give answers and insights when I can, and then you guys can, you know, tell me stuff. But I'll set up a schedule of when I'm going to come online, what we'll be talking about, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so on this note, one love. My daughter does love like this. My son does like this, and it's a battle. Which one is the real one? So one love, peace, respect, guidance. Bro, 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 bro.